And either way, you're showing that resiliency that you can, after you've persevered, after you've pushed through everything and you've given your all, and it didn't come easy, you fought. It makes you that much stronger. Just like none of us are the same people we were yesterday. None of us are the same people we were 20 years ago. When you look back and you're like, how did I get here? We're not the same people. And that's because of all of our history, that building that resiliency to just thrive, and you got to have that bounce back ability.
I agree. And I want to go back to that box of the Rocky analogy, right? Because there is so much you can learn from watching a Rocky movie if you really analyze it, right? I don't know that they meant to do it, but God, there's a lot in there. Everyone. Mm-hmm. And for me, the perseverance is when he keeps walking into the dang fist, right? My dad used to be like, quit blocking with your forehead, man. Doug. Right? But he just kept running at it. The resiliency was when he'd be laying on the ground thinking of Mickey. And Mickey be, get up, you son of a gun. I didn't hear no bell. Yeah. You got one more round in you, right? That's that resiliency. And then he gets back on his feet. My favorite Rocky movie, and this is not popular by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm a Rocky 5 guy, right? I'm
the street fight.
That's my jungle, bro. I'm not the guy that wants to be in the ring. I'm short. I'm small. I've never fought somebody my size. I'm coming at you. I love the innovation he used. I loved the way he creatively used all kinds of different things to his leverage. And it just really, really showed me that he could have that resilience. And he says, hey, yo, Tommy, I didn't hear no bell. One more round.
Yeah.
I remember being a kid at Thanksgiving.
I got goosebumps, man. I got goosebumps.
Me too. I'd love. Yeah.
And so they are so combined, right? But I feel like in pop culture or in leadership culture, people seem to forget about the role of perseverance. They talk so much about the resiliency piece, but they don't talk about, because perseverance is not sexy, man. It's not Mickey in your ear. It's getting punched in the face and not stopping. Right?
So I had somebody say to me today, we got off a phone call and they texted me and they said, Chris, I'm worried about you. After the phone call. And I wrote back and I said, why? I'm happier than I've been in 10 years. And she said to me, well, it just seems that you just keep boxing people out. And I was like, well, here's the thing though. I looked around and I realized that only probably 10%, I remember I showed you my 5 Fs and I decided I was going to live by that. And if you didn't hold yourself to those standards, I wasn't going to have you in my life because you become what you're around. And so I was like, I'm not boxing people out to be rude. If they come to me and need help, I'm the first person. I mean, you know me, I'm doing charity work every week. I love helping people, but I'm not going to surround myself regularly. And I didn't mean that as an insult to that person either. But the point was, you don't have that perseverance. You wake up, and if you're having a bad day, you want to roll over and hit the snooze bar or whatever. And I started this workout program. I showed you some pictures of it. I'm down like 28 pounds right now since May. And that's hard work. Every night when I get off with this, I'm going to go to the gym again for an hour and a half every night. And I started with a bunch of people, and they're all gone. Where's the perseverance? I looked up the statistics, and it said that only about 10% of people that start working out will still be working out in a year. And I'm like, well, that's true. I watched it, but that's just a sample size of perseverance. I would say in the world, probably 10% of people are actually, hey, Rocky, I didn't hear no bell. I live like that. Take the hill. But I don't think most people do. I think most people are trying to find the path of least resistance to get through the day and get back to bed. That's what it feels like.
And to that is the crux of the conversation.
Cool.
Right? And that is exactly it.